From center field at Lexington High School in Lexington, Mass., this is Lexington Blue Sox baseball on LSP. Tonight, it's Game 1 of the 2018 Intercity League Semifinals between the Blue Sox and the Alibrandis. Good evening, everybody. I'm Sam Feely, ready to bring you the play-by-play story. Blue Sox coming off almost a 2-week hiatus after defeating the Alibrandis in the season finale, in their season finale, 2 weeks ago Friday. In a game they had to hang on to win the season series against the Alibrandis and assure themselves of being the only team to finish the season with at least 20 wins this year. The Alibrandis defeated the Reading Bulldogs in the semifinals 2-1, and in the first round, rather, 2-1, and they are here along with the Watertown Reds eliminating the Andre Chiefs in the first round 2-0. It's been kind of a wild season this year. Blue Sox a little slow out of the gates. Chiefs, after winning the regular season pennant last year, had to win a play-in game just to get to the playoffs. Bobby Lozano of Wakefield looking to win his second consecutive MVP award. A lot of storylines coming to a head here as we get to the semifinals. Rick DeAngelis going over the last-minute preparations with his club. And we are just about ready to take the field here at center field on a humid night here in Lexington, Mass. As the Blue Sox take the field at center field to center field in just a second. And here's the starting lineup for the Alibrandis in the usual black jerseys with white script. Alibrandis across the front, white numbers on the front and back in red piping. Juan Parra is going to lead it off in right field, followed by Michael McGuire in center. Teddy Zuba is behind the plate. David Lightbody is the DH. Bobby Barrett is at second. Gordy Gronkowski is at first. Matt Henriksen is at third. Jamil Moquette is in left. And Mark Odessa rounds out the lineup in left field. On the mound for the Alibrandis, making his first appearance of the postseason, is the veteran Anthony Del Preti. Del Preti in the regular season made 5 appearances, just one start through 8 innings, had a .875 ERA, allowed 1 hit, 1 run, 1 walk, and 4 strikeouts, and made 1 appearance against the Blue Sox. That was on the season finale, August 3rd. 1 inning of scoreless, hitless relief with 2 strikeouts. For the Lexington Blue Sox, their lineup looks like this as they're in the pearly whites, the alternate white jerseys with Blue Sox across the front in block letters, blue numbers, and piping in the white and blue cap with the Blue Sox with the American flag embossed in the hanging socks. Josue Feliciano going to lead it off. Josue Feliciano is going to lead it off in left field, followed by Ross Curley at short. Taylor Ferguson is in center. Richie Burgos is at first. Julian Alvarez is in right. Justin Silvestro is at third. Dan Graham is the DH. Thomas Russo is at second. And Gray Goolsby rounds out the lineup behind the plate. On the mound for the Blue Sox is the hard-throwing left-hander Alcis Herrera. Herrera making his 5th appearance of the season, has made 5 appearances in the regular season. 1-0 with a 1.24 ERA in 11 1/3 innings. He's allowed 8 hits, 2 earned runs, 3 walks, 13 strikeouts, and surrendered 1 home run and hit 1 batter. Juan Parra settles into the right-handed batter's box. We are ready for some playoff baseball. The first game of the 2018 Intercity League Semifinals, the 24th consecutive year of Blue Sox playoff baseball, and the 7th consecutive year of Blue Sox playoff baseball on LSP. The first pitch at 8:02, a relatively early start time for us here at center field, is up and away for ball 1. We're underway. That's at the top of the strike zone for strike 1 to Parra, who was 5 for 10 with a double in the first round series against the Bulldogs and scored 2 runs. That is outside, 2-1. Parra in the regular season was a .337 hitter with 3 doubles, 7 RBIs, and was tied for the team lead in stolen bases with 11. He fouls this one off. That evens the count at 2. Earliest start time confirmed for a home game this year for the Blue Sox, 8:02. Parr in 3 games against the Blue Sox this year was a .417 hitter with 5 hits and 3 runs scored. He pops this one up. Goolsby and Burgos makes the catch in foul territory for the first out. So one down, that brings up the center fielder, Michael McGuire. McGuire was 0 for 9 with a run scored and a walk against the Bulldogs in the first round. Herrera working exclusively from the stretch, and the pitch hits the inside corner for strike 1. With Herrera, you'll see a 4-seamer, 2-seamer, slider, and changeup. The pitch, grounded down the first baseline, foul. It's over?
No, we have a score already.
Oh.
Bottom of the second, 1-0 Watertown, thanks to a Jake Miller.
Okay, so 1-0 Watertown, the bottom of the second. I was going to say it wasn't over yet, but 1-2 the count. Jake Miller hits a home run for the Reds to give them the lead over Wakefield in Game 1 of their semifinals. 1-2 the count to McGuire, who batted .352 with 8 doubles, 1 triple, and 14 RBIs in the regular season. That catches the inside corner for strike 3. So that'll bring up Teddy Juba. The catcher batting .304 in the regular season with 6 doubles, 1 homer, and 12 RBIs. Drew 24 walks compared to just 14 strikeouts. An on-base percentage of .495. And that gets in there for strike 1. Down and into Juba. 1-1. Juba, David Lightbody, the man on deck, and Michael McGuire were the top 3 walk drawers in the Intercity League. 24, 21, and 21, respectively. That catches the outside corner. 1-2. Juba not happy with the call. But it is 1-2. Herrera comes set. And the pitch. Down and away, 2-2. Ball was dropped by Goolsby, but he hangs on to it. The defensive alignment for the Blue Sox, left to right in the outfield, Feliciano, Ferguson, and Alvarez. Third to first in the infield, Silvestro, Curley, Russo, and Burgos. And Goolsby catching Herrera. Changeup drops in there for strike 3 call, and that does it for the top of the first. A 1-2-3 inning with 2 strikeouts for Alcis Herrera. After half an inning, it is the Alibrandis nothing of the Blue Sox coming up. This is Blue Sox baseball on LSP. Advertising opportunities are available on LSP. Get your company's message on air or on localsportsproductions.com for as little as $25 per ad. Visit localsportsproductions.com/advertising or email sam@localsportsproductions.com for more information. Josue Feliciano to lead things off here in the bottom of the first for the Blue Sox. Be followed by Ross Curley and Taylor Ferguson. First pitch in from Anthony Del Prete, wants to butt his way on. He pops it foul and out of play for strike one. Well, that would be a very sway way to set the tone for this series, but he fouls it off, and he's behind 0-1. Sway batted .225 in the regular season with 2 doubles and 2 RBIs, and he's behind 0-2. Sway takes down and away, ball 1. Feliciano drew 9 walks, as that's at the knees for strike 3 called. Sway doesn't like the call. He had as many walks as he did hits in the regular season. There's 1 down. And that'll bring up Ross Curley, returning to action after exiting the game against Andre on July 23rd with an injury, sliding into third with a triple as he hits this one to the right side, bottled by the second baseman Barrett, but he recovers, and it is a quick out number 2 as Ross is retired on the first pitch he sees. Ross missed the final 8 games with that injury. And now we have to wait a second for Carr to turn its lights off in right field. So on 5 pitches, 2 outs. And let's see what Taylor Ferguson can do. Ferguson batted .344 in the regular season with 4 doubles, 1 triple, 3 homers, and 16 RBIs. And he's going to take all the way, and it's strike 1, 0-1. Low for ball 1 to even the count. Ferguson was 1 for 8 with a solo home run against the Alibrandis in the regular season, as that's foul tipped into the mitt of Juba for strike 2. Ferguson was 1 for 8 against the Alibrandis, which was by far the worst he fared against any one team in the Intercity League. He hits this one into left field, but camping under it is Moquette, and he makes the catch. And both pitchers get the side 1-2-3 in the first inning. After 1 complete, Alibrandis nothing, Blue Sox nothing. This is Blue Sox baseball on LSP. Want LSP to tape or broadcast your team's games? Rates start just $100 per game. Also ask LSP about streaming your next gaming tournament, wedding, concert, recital, school play, meeting, or other event. Visit localsportsproductions.com/services or email sam@localsportsproductions.com for more information. Top of the second, rather, it'll be the middle third of the order due up for the Alibrandis. Player manager and DH David Lightbody to lead things off. And Lightbody takes ball one from Alcis Herrera, who threw 14 pitches in the first, 9 for strikes. And this is smoked into center field, but this will hang up long enough for Ferguson to reach up with one hand for the first out. So I'll bring up Bobby Barrett. Lightbody, by the way, was 3 for 10 in the Reading series. Barrett was 4 for 11 with 1 homer and 6 RBIs. And he grounds this one down the third base line. It'll be fielded by Silvestro. It's a fair ball, and he one-hops it to Burgos for out number 2. And now the Alibrandis coach is arguing the point that it should have been a foul ball. So 3 pitches, 2 outs. That'll bring up Gordy Gronkowski. Gronkowski batted 3 for 10 with a double and a walk. And he takes the inside corner for strike 1. Gronkowski not happy with the call. I think we could be in for an interesting night. 0-1 the count to Gronkowski. That's inside. 1-1, and it bounces off the mitt of Goolsby. I'd say. Certainly got the stature to match him. That skips inside. Rolls to the backstop, and it's 2-1. Have to find out. Yes. Fouled off, 2-2. But they're Buffalo natives, so I wonder how many of them migrated out here.
Any of his brothers live out here now?
I don't know. Like I said, I'll have to find out.
I'm not thinking.
Right.
Could not be related to.
True. He just happens to have another swing at a swing and a miss, and that's a third strikeout.
First strikeout swinging tonight.
First strikeout. Yep. 3 strikeouts on the game for Herrera. He's set down the first 6 in order. After 1.5, Alibrandis nothing, Blue Sox nothing. We'll continue to dive into the investigation of the Gronkowski family tree during this timeout. This is Blue Sox baseball on LSP. You can follow LSP on the web at localsportsproductions.com, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Patreon, LSP37, Snapchat, LSP Media, and subscribe to the LSP YouTube channel. All right, we did establish that Gordy Gronkowski is, in fact, brother of Rob. So little celebrities, a little bit of celebrity connections here in the Intercity League. We did have Doug Flutie play for the Reading Bulldogs several years ago. 1-1 the count to Richie Burgos. Yeah, but I'm talking about football right now. Yeah. 1-1 the count to Richie, who's come up with some big hits in this first year with the Blue Sox. 2-1 the count. Burgos batted .511 as he fouls that one off, and it's 2-2. .511, although he did not qualify for the league leaders because he only had 651 plate appearances, but he had .511 with 2 homers and 14 RBIs. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, and that's out number 1. And that'll bring up another power hitter, Julian Alvarez. So 2 strikeouts. For Anthony Del Prete, here's Julian Alvarez. And Alvarez takes on the outside corner, strike 1. Alvarez, inside-out swing, grounded to short, slow roller. Odessa has it, and he can't have it, actually. That'll be an infield single. And that'll bring up Justin Silvestro, who had arguably his best season in a Blue Sox uniform this year. Batted .365 with 2 homers, 19 RBIs, 5 doubles. Had an OPS of .956. Alvarez, by the way, to give you his season numbers, is Silvestro's going for a 2-0 lead there and came up empty, strike 1. Alvarez batted .281 with 3 homers and 13 RBIs on the season. Silvestro behind 0-1. He hits this one down the left field line. That'll get down for a base hit. Takes a turn on Moquette, but he keeps it in front of him. And Alvarez holds it second. And it's first and second, 2 out. One out, rather. First and second, 1 out for Dan Graham, who has had more than his fair share of legendary postseason moments for the Blue Sox. And this is only game 1 of the semifinals, but never a bad time for a big hit. Let's see what Graham's got in store here. Take strike 1. Graham, .273 with 1 RBI in 9 games in the regular season. He swings and misses at a high one. Very uncharacteristic of Graham there, and it's 0-2. Thomas Russo on deck. Infield playing at double play depth, runners not being held. Del Prete comes set. And the pitch. Dives down and in on the back foot, and it's 1-2. First 2 hits of the ball game recorded this inning by Alvarez, who's at second, and Silvestro, who's at first. A 1-2 count to Dan Graham. Outside, 2-2. Good crowd on hand as time is called at the last moment by Graham. Good crowd on hand for both sides. Alibrandis fans, now you're really using the benches by the dugout. You're using the lawn chairs down the first base line. And that's on the inside corner for strike 3 called, and Graham doesn't like it. Third strikeout. For Del Preti, and let's see what Thomas Russo has in store. Russo, .325 hitter with 5 doubles and 10 RBIs in the regular season. He swings and pops this one foul into the screen for strike 1. Russo against the Alibrandis was a 2-for-8 hitter with 1 RBI on the regular season. Russo, a career .333 hitter in the regular season, as that is taken outside for ball 1, but a career .111 hitter in the postseason. Did have 6 RBIs, though, on 3 sacrifice hits and 2 doubles last year. He fouls that one off, and it's strike 2. Alvarez still at second, Silvestro still at first. And the pitch, check swing, he went around, says the home plate umpire, and Russo is rung up for the 3rd strikeout of the inning and the 4th on the game for Anthony Del Preti. So after 2 complete, Alibrandis nothing, Blue Sox nothing. This is Blue Sox baseball on LSP. You can follow the Blue Sox on the web at LexingtonBlueSox.com, Facebook.com/LexingtonBlueSox, and on Twitter and Instagram, BlueSox_ICL. Bottom third of the order due up for the Alibrandis here in the top of the 3rd. Matt Henriksen, Jamil Moquette, and Mark Odessa. Henriksen was 1 for 9 in the first round series against the Bulldogs with 1 walk and 4 strikeouts. First pitch to him from Herrera, misses down and in for ball 1. Henriksen on the regular season was a .288 hitter with 7 doubles, 1 triple, and 5 RBIs. That catches the inside corner, strike 1. And a lot of head shaking by both sides at some of these strike calls. The 1-1 runs too far inside, and it's 2-1. Henriksen on the season against the Blue Sox was 1 for 7. As this is grounded to Burgos at first, he calls off Herrera and steps on the bag for out number 1. I'll bring up Jamil Moquette, the left fielder. Moquette played in 1 game in the first round, was 0 for 1 with a strikeout. He fouls this one off, and he's behind 0-1. Moquette on the regular season was a .213 hitter with 2 doubles and 1 homer and 5 RBIs. Moquette takes outside 1-1. Alibrandis were just about in the middle of the pack in terms of batting and pitching in the regular season. They were 5th out of 9 teams, as that's upstairs 2-1, in team batting average at .291. So when you bat .291 and you're in the middle of the league as a team in batting average, that says something about the teams above you, including the Blue Sox, who led the league in batting average as a team at .307. This is popped up, foul, and out of play, and that'll make it 2-2. Blue Sox were number 1 in the league in team ERA at .247. Alibrandis were just about a full run worse at .344. Good for 6th out of 9 teams. Both these teams have been snake-bitten by the long ball, as that's fouled off. Blue Sox allowed the most home runs as a pitching staff with 14. Alibrandis were tied with the Americans for the 2nd most home runs allowed with 12. Herrera comes set, trying to put away Moquette on 2-2. And here it is. Fouled off again. Good battle here by the number 8 hitter with the veteran Mark Odessa due up next. Down and in, nearly hit him, and it's a full count. Eighth pitch of the at-bat coming up. And that's fouled off, and that clips Moquette in the heel. And spun down to the seat of his pants after that one. Now he's got to walk it off. Herrera had been breezing through the first 7 hitters, hadn't thrown more than 5 pitches to any one of them, and now he's up to a 9-pitch battle here with Moquette. That will continue as that's fouled off. Now it's the butterfly effect. Something like this could have far-reaching consequences. This inning, this game, and maybe this series. Fouled off again. We haven't had many double-digit pitch at-bats this year, but We're into double digits here as that was pitch number 10. Here's number 11 coming up. Oh my goodness, what a battle! For context, Herrera threw 14 pitches in the entirety of the first inning and 8 in the entirety of the second inning, and he's about to throw his 12th pitch to Jamil Moquette. And he fouls this one off. Feliciano chasing it all the way to Worthen Road, desperate to end this at bat, but come on back, Sway. We're going to run out of baseballs at this rate. Like I say, how much of a toll will this take on Alcis? Pitch number 13. And this is lined into left center field, and that will get down for a base hit. And Jamil Moquette wins an epic battle with Alcis Herrera. A 13-pitch marathon turns into a one-out single for Moquette. So now that'll bring up Mark Odessa. A third of the pitches that Herrera's thrown this game were thrown just to Moquette as Odessa showed bunt and then missed way outside for ball one. Odessa 2 for 8 with 2 runs scored in the Reading series. He pops this one up into shallow center. Out goes Russo. In comes Ferguson, and it'll be Ferguson making the catch. So a relatively painless second out as it results in a fly out to the center fielder on 2 pitches. So the lineup turns over for Juan Parra, who popped up to first to lead off the ball game. And time is called by Parra. Moquette, in case you're thinking about, is he going to run? He was 1 for 2 in stolen base attempts this year. So that's down and in for ball one. One and 0 the count to Parra. Strike at the top of the zone, 1-1. All 4 batters that Herrera has faced this inning, he's fallen behind. A first pitch ball to all 4 of them. But here he is ahead now, 1-2 of Parra. High for ball 2. We throw a 13 pitch at bat to Moquette, and it ends up being a single. You're glad for economical innings like the first and second that Herrera had, in which again he threw 22 pitches combined. And threw 13 just to Moquette, only to give up a single. Grounded out of the reach of Herrera, and the underhand by the shortstop Curley to Russo will get the force to retire the side. After 2.5, Alibrandis nothing, Blue Sox nothing. This is Blue Sox baseball on LSP. The LSP store is now open. Get yourself a DVD copy of this or any past LSP video broadcast, or one of several different designs of bumper stickers. Visit localsportsproductions.com/store or the LSP Facebook page after the game to place your order. And remember, all orders within the continental United States come with free shipping. Well, both pitchers had very economical first and second innings, and then Alcice labored through an inning in which he only allowed one hit, not even a run, but see if the Blue Sox can work the count here against Anthony Del Prete with a 9-1 and 2 hitters due up, Goolsby, Feliciano, and Curley. A check swing there by Goolsby, and he fouls it off for strike one. 25 pitches through the first two innings for Del Prete, 19 for strikes. Goolsby swings and misses, and he's behind 0-2. Goolsby batted .192 with 1 double and 5 RBIs during the regular season. On the outside corner for strike 3. So that's 5 of the 7 outs Del Prete has gotten thus far via the K, including 4 consecutive outs by strikeouts, with a couple of singles mixed in there. And the lap turns over for Josue Feliciano. Struck out looking to begin the bottom of the first. And Sway takes outside ball 1. And he grounds this one to the left side. Charging is Adessa. He fires on to first in time. Good stretch by Gordy Gronkowski. And over there at first base, they very quickly 2 are down here in the bottom of the third. I'll bring up Ross Curley. Feeling we're going to see him take at least one here. Ground out to second on just 1 pitch for the second out of the first. He does take all the way, and it's on the inside corner for strike 1. Curley, a .308 hitter with 2 homers and 8 RBIs in the regular season. Takes strike 2. Was 3 for 5 against the Alibrandis during the regular season. He loops this one into shallow right. Backing up is the second baseman Barrett. And not exactly the laborious effort that Herrera put in the top half of this inning. Just 8 pitches needed to get through the bottom of the third for Anthony Del Prete. We got a pitcher's duel on our hands. After 3 complete, Alibrandis nothing, Blue Sox nothing. This is Blue Sox baseball on LSP. LSP's next broadcast is Friday night at 7:55 p.m. when the Blue Sox visit the Alibrandis at Maplewood Field at Malden Catholic High School for Game 2 of the Intercity League semifinals. Watch the game live at localsportsproductions.com/live, then stream the game the next day at localsportsproductions.com/on-demand or on the LSP YouTube channel, or buy a DVD of the game at the LSP store. Two, 3, and 4 due up here in the top of the fourth for the Alibrandis. McGuire, Juba, and Lightbody. McGuire struck out looking his first time up in the first. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left for the Alibrandis. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left for the Blue Sox. Herrera saw his pitch count more than double in the third inning, from 22 to 46, and pitch number 47 misses outside for ball 1 to McGuire. Comes after him, and he fouls it off for strike 1 to even the count. Swing and a miss, high fastball. 1-2. Herrera pitched 1 inning and allowed 1 hit, 1 walk, and 2 strikeouts against the Alibrandis on July 12th. That's out of the reach of Herrera. Barehanded by Russo, and he won't get it. Infield single to lead off the inning for Michael McGuire. So for the first time tonight, the leadoff man is aboard for either side. And that'll bring up Teddy Juba. Juba struck out looking his first time up to end the first. And now he's squaring. And he pulls back, and it's ball 1. Interesting. Well, you got David Lightbody on deck, but Juba can handle the bat himself. He's going to square again. Gets it down in front of the pitcher. It'll be Herrera going on to first, and he's safe! A slow reaction by Russo. He didn't get his foot on the bag before he caught it. So Juba tried to give himself up. Say gets a base hit out of it. And here's David Lightbody. And Lightbody flew out to center, leading off the second. We didn't get to tell you his numbers on the regular season. They are quite impressive. 4 homers, 21 RBIs, 325 average, 21 walks to 12 strikeouts. 5 doubles. And he takes low, ball 1. Lightbody against the Blue Sox went 2 for 6 with 2 homers, 5 RBIs, and 3 runs scored in the regular season. That catches the inside corner for strike 1. Double play situation, lefty against righty. And looking for spin on that changeup away if you're light body. He grounds this one down the third base line, but it'll be foul. And that'll make it 1-2. McGuire at second, Juba at first. First time the Alibrandis have had a runner in scoring position tonight. And they do it with nobody out in the top of the fourth in a scoreless ball game. 1-2 the count to light body. And the pitch. Liner to the right side, through for a base hit. Being waved around third is McGuire. The throw to the plate will be cut off, and now the runner is held at third. So again, on a 1-2 count, Herrera is not able to put the batter away. The bases are loaded with now nobody out. He couldn't put away McGuire on 1-2. Couldn't complete the sacrifice on Juba. And on 1-2, light body flares one the other way. Matt Karras out there to have a word with Herrera and Goolsby and Silvestro. And Bobby Barrett. And a matchup of teams that have dominated their respective leagues for the last several years. The Blue Sox in the Intercity League and the Alibrandis in the Yawkey League now meet in the Intercity League semifinals. And possibly a tipping point here. Bases loaded, nobody out for Bobby Barrett, who swings at the first pitch and comes up empty for strike one. Barrett hit a grand slam in the first game of the Reading series to win that game for the Alibrandis. And now Barrett steps out. And now Goolsby goes out to have a word with Herrera. Barrett, again, 4 for 11. Had 2 RBI at the... it was not in the first game. It was the second game for that Barrett had the grand slam, and then had 2 RBIs in the series clincher 3 nights ago. Big spot here for Bobby Barrett. He takes down and in 1-1. The alarm bells start to ring in the Blue Sox bullpen as Borja Jones Barasaluthe is warming up. The 1-1. Line to the left side. Oh, past Silvestro into left field for a base hit. 1 run scores. The second one will be held. And Goolsby blocks the throw, but Bobby Barrett delivers again. McGuire scores, and it's 1-0 Alibrandis. That'll bring up Gordy Gronkowski. Yes, he is related, as we've established, brother of Rob and Glenn. Struck out swinging his first time up to end the second. Much bigger spot here. Takes low for ball 1. A lot of right-handed hitters against this hard-throwing lefty, Herrera. Outside corner with the fastball, strike 1. Alibrandis and Blue Sox played all 3 games they played this year in the regular season here at Lexington High. Blue Sox won the first and third games, each by a run. So that's fouled off, strike 2. swing and a miss, strike 2, I should say. Foul tipped in the mitt. Blue Sox won the first game 3-2 and the third game 5-4. In between, the Alibrandis unloaded on them 8-4. 1-2 the count to Gronkowski, with Juba at third, Lightbody at second, and Barrett at first. Low for ball 2. I have a feeling this could be Herrera's last inning regardless. Not necessarily his last batter, but I don't think he's gonna. And now Gronkowski calls time. Don't think Herrera's gonna last much longer after this inning. He's breezing through the first 7 batters in that epic at-bat by Moquette. How much did that wear him down? Inside, full count, nowhere to put him. It's already been 1 meeting at the mound by Matt Karras, so tough spot, full count. Herrera comes set, and the pitch. Inside corner, strike 3 called. A huge out number 1 there. Gronkowski goes down on strikes for the second time. And that'll bring up Matt Henriksen, the third baseman. He grounded out to first, his first time up. Four singles in the inning. Last pitch was fouled off at strike 1. Four singles, 1 run is scored. Corner infielders in. The pitch misses inside, 1-1. Henriksen pinwheeling the bat. And now he calls time. The 1-1. Popped up! Who's calling for it? Burgos! And he dropped it! Home plate umpire called infield fly if it was fair. It stayed foul and took a turn on Burgos, and he couldn't hang on to it. It's 1-2. So new life for Henriksen. Herrera comes set. The 1-2 popped up, foul, and out of play again. First the long at-bat by Moquette. Now the dropped second out by Burgos. How far will this affect the game? Swing and a miss, strike 3. It was a high changeup, and Henriksen was way out in front of it. So that negates the error by Burgos. 2 outs. And here's Jamil Moquette. Turned a 13-pitch at bat into a single. His first time up. And he swings and misses for strike 1. Bases filled with Alibrandis, 2 out here in the top of the 4th. The next pitch by Herrera. Will pop up, but that'll get down before Goolsby can get to it. I don't know if he was going to be able to make the play anyway. And it's 0-2. This could possibly be Herrera's last batter. Borja is warm. He's ready to come in if need be. And Nino's also warming. Herrera accepts the sign from Goolsby, comes set. The pitch. Upstairs, 1-2. Moquette flinched a little bit. Well, he had him thinking about it. '28th pitch of the inning coming up. Popped up! Curley! Now Russo cuts in front of Curley and hangs on. And somehow, some way, Herrera allows just 1 run out of all this. 1 run, 4 hits, 1 error, 3 left. After 3.5, we're halfway home. It is the Alibrandis 1 and the Blue Sox nothing. This is Blue Sox baseball on LSP. Advertising opportunities are available on LSP. Get your company's message on air or on localsportsproductions.com for as little as $25 per ad. Visit localsportsproductions.com/advertising or email sam@localsportsproductions.com for more information. Blue Sox find themselves down 1-0. They should be lucky they're down only 1-0. But with Anthony Del Prete pitching the way he is, they need to click quickly. Taylor Ferguson to lead things off as the heart of the order comes to the plate in the bottom of the 4th. Ferg flew out to left his first time up. Fouled off for strike 1. 1-1 the count to Ferg. It'll be Ferguson, then Burgos, then Alvarez. .35 pitches through 3+ for Anthony Del Prete. On the outside corner, and Del Prete is ahead, 1-2. Del Prete's got 5 strikeouts through 3 innings, looking for number 6 here. He'll skip it to the plate, and it's 2-2. It's only the second 2-ball count for a Blue Sox batter tonight. And there's a broken back grounder into the hole for Odessa. He uncorks a long throw, and they got him! Ferguson saying he was safe by a full stride. And a tough break there for Ferguson. So the leadoff man retired. Rick DeAngelis going out there to argue the call. This has been a game full of emotions already. And that'll bring up Richie Burgos, who struck out swinging. There hasn't been an at-bat that's gone longer than 5 pitches for the Blue Sox tonight. Ferguson just had one, and this is ground to the left side on a hop to Henriksen. He fires on to first. No argument about that one. 2 down. That's the third 1-pitch at bat for the Blue Sox tonight. Alvarez had a single and Curley grounded out to second in the other 2. Now here's Alvarez. Singled his first time up, and he comes up empty for strike 1. Blue Sox down 1-0. Could easily be down by a lot more. That misses outside. 1-1. Outside corner, strike 2. Now you want to try and work Del Preti's count, but he swings and misses, and he's just on his game tonight. He's picks up his 6th strikeout through 4 innings. And after 4 complete, it is the Alibrandis 1 and the Blue Sox 0. This is Blue Sox baseball on LSP. Want LSP to tape or broadcast your team's games? Rates start just $100 per game. Also ask LSP about streaming your next gaming tournament, wedding, concert, recital, school play, meeting, or other event. Visit localsportsproductions.com/services or email sam@localsportsproductions.com for more information. Bases loaded for Wakefield with 1 out in the bottom of the 6th and a pitching change, with Watertown leading Wakefield 4-3. Equally entertaining game over at Morelli tonight, if not as low scoring. Well, Alexis Herrera is back out there for the 5th, and Mark Odessa will lead things off. And Odessa takes strike 1. It's just 10 pitches. in the fourth for Anthony Del Preti. This is grounded up the middle and through for a base hit. Odessa is 1 for 2. And the lineup will turn over. Juan Parra 0 for 2 with a pop-up to first and a fielder's choice. Borja Jones Bersaluthe back up and warming again right now in the Blue Sox bullpen. Parra wants to bunt, pulls back, and it's a strike. Odessa with a short lead at first. Parra with the ruby red batting gloves like Richie Burgos sports. Throw over to first. Parra squares again, pops it up, but it's foul and out of play. And now Parra will be forced to hit at 0 and 2. Oh, 0-2 pitch. Here it is. Lined into right field. Out goes Alvarez. It gets down all the way to the wall. Being held at third is Odessa. He had to hold up to see if Alvarez was going to catch that. But again, Herrera unable to put away a batter at 2 strikes. And it looks like that's going to be it for Alcis. So Alcis will give way to Borja Jones Bersaluthe. We have a pitching change coming to you from center field at Lexington High School in Lexington, Mass. Alibrandis 1, Blue Sox 0. This is Blue Sox baseball on LSP. You can follow LSP on the web at localsportsproductions.com, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Patreon, LSP37, Snapchat, LSP Media, and subscribe to the LSP YouTube channel. So Borja Jones Bersaluthe takes over on the mound. 1-1 in 7 appearances in the regular season with a .336 ERA. In 8 1/3 innings, he allowed 10 hits, 6 runs, 4 of which were earned, no walks, 8 strikeouts, and 2 home runs. His only appearance against the Alibrandis this year came in the season finale. Went 1 inning, allowed 1 hit, no runs, and 1 strikeout. His career postseason numbers: 4 appearances, 1 unearned run allowed, 3 walks, and 2 strikeouts. He's ahead of Michael McGuire, 0-1. McGuire singled and scored what is thus far the game's only run last inning. Takes down and away, 1-1. Herrera goes 4 innings, allows 7 hits. 1 run thus far, still responsible for both runners on base. No walks, 5 strikeouts, 80 pitches, 55 for strikes. A swing and a miss, and now it's 1-2. Borja pitched in just 1 game last year and went a third of an inning, allowed a hit in last year's postseason. That's down and away. It skips to the backstop, but it ricochets back so quickly that the runners can't advance. So a break there for the Blue Sox. It's 2-2. Runners stay where they are. Borja comes set. And the pitch. Little grounder to the right side. They'll look the runner back at third, and Russo flips on to first for a big out, number 1. So that'll bring up Teddy Juba. Juba 1 for 2 with a single and a strikeout looking. Infield in here, and time is called. Juba lines this one down the first base line. It is a fair ball. 1 run scores. Here comes another. Juba on his way to second with a 2-run double. So that closes the book on Alcis. As the Alibrandis open it up to 3-0, and here's David Lightbody. Lightbody takes high, ball 1. He's flown out to center and singled. Pop foul and out of play, and that'll even the count at 1. For Juba, he had 1 hit in the Reading series. He's got 2 hits tonight, and he's doubled his RBI total as well to 4. 2-1. That misses the outside corner. Borja can't believe it, and it's 3-1. Lightbody .300 hitter in the Reading series. The pitch, low for ball 4. It does set up the double play possibility, however. That'll bring up Bobby Barrett. Barrett had the first RBI of the game last inning. That's at the top of the strike zone for strike 1. Barrett not happy with the call. Swing and a miss. A slider diving down and away. 0-2 to Barrett. Gordy Gronkowski on deck. Hasn't been easy for Borja since coming in. Got the ground out that held the runners, but then a 2-run double by Juba. Then the walk by Lightbody. The pitch is swung on and missed. The pitch gets away from the catcher, Goolsby. The runners advance. So it'll be second and third. 2 out. Strikeout and a wild pitch. And now Matt Karras is going out to have a word with Borja. Remember, this is a 5-game series, so everything that happens in game 1 is magnified so much more than in a 7-game series. Gordy Gronkowski 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. In there for strike 1. Juba at third, Lightbody at second. Swing and a miss. It gets away from Goolsby, and the run will score the second wild pitch of the inning by Borja. And it is 4-0. One and two, 0-2 rather, the count to Gronkowski. Runner at third. 2 wild pitches in the inning have allowed a run to score. This is grounded right back to Borja. He'll fire onto first, and that does it. But the Alibrandis break it open with 3 runs on 3 hits, a walk, and 2 wild pitches. 1 runner left. After 4.5. Alibrandis 4, Blue Sox nothing. This is Blue Sox baseball on LSP. You can follow the Blue Sox on the web at LexingtonBlueSox.com, Facebook.com/LexingtonBlueSox, and on Twitter and Instagram at BlueSox_ICL. New pitcher for the Alibrandis is a man who just loves to pitch. Lamar Ray plays in at least 4 different leagues. And he's making his first appearance of the postseason for the Alibrandis. On the regular season, made 6 appearances, 2-0 with 2 saves at a .38 ERA in 18 2/3 innings. He allowed 10 hits, 1 run, 5 walks, and struck out 30. Ray will deal with Justin Silvestro first, and that runs too far inside for ball 1. So that closes the books on Anthony Del Prete, who goes 4 innings, allows no runs, 2 hits, no walks, and 6 strikeouts. 1-1 the count. 4-0 Alibrandis on top in Game 1 of the Intercity League semifinals. Got on top of that one, fouled it off, did Silvestro. Has one of the 2 Blue Sox hits tonight. That was back in the 2nd. Pops this one foul, and we have an official broadcast as it gets onto Worthen Road. Ray had a perfect 8-out save against the Blue Sox on July 12th with 3 strikeouts. And he grounds this one foul. There's a little bit of fight. And the Blue Sox here offensively, haven't seen much of that tonight, to be completely honest. Just got mowed down by Anthony Del Prete. This is flared into left field. Moquette going towards the line. He makes the catch, straddling the foul line for out number 1. So that'll bring up Dan Graham. Struck out looking his first time up in the 2nd. Graham takes outside, ball 1. Two and 0. Three and 0. Four-pitch walk. And that'll bring up Morgan Brown to pinch hit for Thomas Russo. Brown coming off the best year of his career offensively in his first year with the Blue Sox. As he pops this one foul and out of play for strike 1. Batted .349 with 5 doubles and 6 RBIs. Wasn't a career high in RBIs, but career high in average, OPS. He smokes this one and through the hole in the left side for a base hit. So the Blue Sox trying to awaken the beast here. And Jeff Vigers will pinch hit for Gray Goolsby. Vigers played in 6 games in the regular season, batted 3 for 15, a 200 average with 1 RBI. Vigers takes upstairs ball 1. Vigsy, in his career with the Blue Sox, is a .363 hitter in the postseason with 23 RBIs. At the knees for strike 1. Last year, Vigsy had .529 in the postseason, but he comes up empty there, 1-2. Dorian Rojas is in the on-deck circle. Ray comes set. The pitch, down and away, 2-2. Graham at second, Brown at first. Vigers the second pinch hitter of the inning. And he swings and misses for strike 3. So Dorian Rojas, man who walked off the Reading Bulldogs for the Intercity League Championship last year in Game 3 with the bases loaded. He can't give the Blue Sox the lead, that's for sure, but he can possibly come through with a big hit here and maybe get the Blue Sox on the board if he can get one into the gap. He's ahead 1-0. Ray, the veteran, comes home with it. Fastball on the outside corner. It's 1-1. Blue Sox had been retired 9 in a row until Graham's 4-pitch walk. That was after back-to-back singles by Alvarez and Silvestro in the second. Dorian behind 1-2. 2 runners on, 2 out here in the bottom of the 5th. And he grounds this one down the third base line. It's bobbled by the third baseman, Henriksen, and everybody's safe. An E5. And now we're going to have a pinch runner, as I believe I heard Dominic Zare's name called. So Zare, with his laser arm, will likely stay in the game in left field after this. Ross Curley already has 1 big grand slam this year. Going for another one there, but that was well down. And it's strike 1. Don't need a grand slam right here. Need a base hit to bring home 2. And he hits this down the first base line. It's knocked down by the first baseman, Gronkowski, and he steps on the bag for the huge out that retires the side. Wow! That was destined to go down the line for at least 2 runs, and Gordy Gronkowski, using the patented Gronkowski family length to stretch out, deny not just the hit, but the runs as well. And after 5 complete, it is still the Alibrandis 4 and the Blue Sox nothing. This is Blue Sox baseball on LSP. The LSP store is now open. Get yourself a DVD copy of this or any past LSP video broadcast, or one of several different designs of bumper stickers. Visit localsportsproductions.com/store or the LSP Facebook page after the game to place your order. And remember, all orders within the continental United States come with free shipping. So the Blue Sox absolutely robbed of a chance of getting back in this game by Gordy Gronkowski. And now Borja Jones-Barrios-Salute will face Matt Henriksen and will get the fastball by him for strike one to begin the top of the sixth. Henriksen is 0 for 2 with a ground out to first and a strikeout swinging. Well, might snap on that one, and it's 0-2. Might have crossed up Vigers a little bit, as Vigers is now behind the plate. That's down and away, 1-2. Brown is at second, and Zaire is now in left. This is chop foul at the dish. Two and two. This is chopped down the third baseline. Seventh pitch of the at-bat coming up to Matt Henriksen. It's just been a hair-pulling kind of game for the Blue Sox, as that's in there for strike three called. They will gladly take that call, as Henriksen's down on strikes for the second time. And here's Jamil Moquette, 1 for 2 with a single and a pop-up to second. Blue Sox had first and second, 1 out in the second, then were retired 9 straight. That's downstairs, 1-0. Then they got Wakefield's up 7-5 on Watertown, the top of the seventh, but Watertown has runners at the corners. Now Rick DeAngelis will, of course, remind his players that, you know, this isn't a one-game series, but not even a best of 3, but there's got to be a sense of urgency Friday night if the Blue Sox don't pull it together here tonight. 2-1 is Borja's control issues through 2 wild pitches in the top of the fifth, and that allowed 1 run to score. This is driven deep to left. Into the corner goes Zaire, but that is going to be foul. Good sound off the bat, but just a little too far under it. A little too far in front of it, too. 2-2 the count to Moquette. Mark Odessa due up next, and if anybody gets on, Juan Parra. Ball 3. Chopper up the middle. Takes a turn on Curley. He fires to first in time. Two down, that'll bring up Mark Odessa. Odessa 1 for 2 with a single and a run scored last inning. That's down and away for ball 1. Swing and a miss, strike 1. In the bottom of the 6th, the Blue Sox will have Taylor Ferguson, Richie Burgos, and Julian Alvarez do up the 3, 4, and 5 hitters. 1-2 the count to the veteran Odessa. Fouled off. Borja would love a 1-2-3 inning to put a little more pep in the step of the Blue Sox after try to rejuvenate the offense after the disappointing ending to the bottom of the 5th. Swing and a miss, strike 3. He does get his 1-2-3 inning as the side is retired. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Borja. He's got 3 on the game. And after 5 1/2, it is still the Alibrandis 4 and the Blue Sox nothing. This is Blue Sox baseball on LSP. LSP's next broadcast is Friday night at 7:55 p.m. when the Blue Sox visit the Alibrandis at Maplewood Field at Malden Catholic for Game 2 of the Intercity League semifinals. Watch the game live at localsportsproductions.com/live, then stream the game the next day at localsportsproductions.com/on-demand or on the LSP YouTube channel or buy a DVD of the game at the LSP store. And also like to remind you that tomorrow night is the annual old-time baseball game presented by Steve Buckley, and they've got a couple of special guests this year. Ray Bork and Tim Wakefield will be taking the field. I'm sorry? And Rick Middleton as well?
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's a stacked lineup for the old-time baseball game that had Pedro Martinez in it recently, and also had Pete Frates. Lou Merloni is playing in the game again. Just everyone who's Boston in baseball has graced the old-time baseball game at one point or another, and you can watch the live stream of that game presented by my old friend Jim Akimchuk at CTN Media at oldtimebaseball.com. That will be tomorrow night. It's the Abbott Financial Management old-time baseball game. And it'll be benefiting the American Heart Association this year. So be sure to go down to watch it live or at oldtimebaseball.com or pull up a chair yourself at St. Peter's Field in Cambridge. Parking is going to run out, trust me. Want to know the count to Taylor Ferguson. Ray delivers ball 2. Now, this won't be a save situation for Ray, unlike that 8-out save he threw against the Blue Sox earlier in the year. 3-0. Heart of the order coming up. Ferguson, Burgos, and Alvarez. Ferguson standing flat-footed there as he takes all the way for strike 1. Ferguson flew out to left end the first as he pops this one up into shallow right, and it'll be caught by the second baseman Barrett for out number 1. And was robbed of a base hit by Mark Odessa on a strong throw from short, although Ferguson contends that he was a full stride ahead of the throw at the first base bag. So Ferg is 0 for 3, and that'll bring up Richie Burgos, who's 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out to third. Ray winds and delivers. Inside corner for strike 1, a little bit of a flinch there by Burgos. 1-1. Burgos comes up empty at a high off-speed pitch, and it's 1-2. Time's called. I think home plate umpire's something's eye, maybe. Upstairs, 2-2. Outside, full count. Downstairs, and Burgos works a big one-out walk. Alvarez comes to the plate, 1 for 2, a single and a strikeout. So Wakefield wins their first game against Watertown 7-5. As it's 1-0 to Alvarez. Last time the Blue Sox lost the first game of a postseason series, they actually did it twice in the same year. As this is flared down the right field line, and this is going to be a foul ball. Burgos was much more urgent about it than Alvarez was, but Alvarez could see it slicing foul. And it'll be 1-1. In 2016, the Blue Sox fell behind 1-0 to the Somerville Royals in the first round. And remember, that's a best-of-3 series. They had to win back-to-back games to stay alive. Then they lost the first game of their semifinal series to Watertown before eventually winning the next 3 and then sweeping the Andre Chiefs. That was in 2016. Blue Sox have won 12 consecutive playoff games, but that streak is in danger here. 2-1 the count to Alvarez. Can't say the Blue Sox aren't invested, at least the bench yet. They're invested. They're hyping up their guys. Three and 1 the count to Julian Alvarez. Oh, he was going for Bedford with that one. Came up empty, and it's a full count. Justin Silvestro on deck. Fouled off. .23 pitches in that 5th inning for Ray, by the way. Oh, tied him up inside for strike 3. So it'll be up to Justin Silvestro to try and prolong the inning. Silvestro 1 for 2 with a single and a fly out to left. And the leading RBI man for the Blue Sox this year. Stroh pops this one foul into the screen for strike 1. Stroh 2 homers, 5 doubles, and 19 RBIs. Played in 27 of a possible 28 games, and now he calls time. Down and in, 1-1. Silvestro, last year in the postseason, had 4 hits and 17 at-bats with a double, an RBI, and 1 run scored. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-2. Well, Ray is really buckling down when the key pitches need to be made. He's pitching it like a save situation, even though it isn't. 2-2. Burgos at first. Fouled off. And that'll get on to Worthen Road. And the count remains 2-2. 23 pitches this inning for Ray, matching his total from last inning. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And Ray picks up his 3rd strikeout. And after 6 complete, it is still the Alibrandis 4 and the Blue Sox nothing. This is Blue Sox baseball on LSP. Advertising opportunities are available on LSP. Get your company's message on air or on localsportsproductions.com for as little as $25 per ad. Visit localsportsproductions.com/advertising or email Sam at localsportsproductions.com for more information. Top third of the order due up for the Alibrandis here at the top of the 7th. Juan Parra, Michael McGuire, and Teddy Juba. Borja Jones Barasaluthe out there for his 3rd inning of work. And the first pitch is grounded up the middle and through for a base hit for the speedy Parra. So he's 2 for 4. Picks on the first pitch. That'll bring up Michael McGuire. 1 for 3 with a single and a run scored. Right now, his run that he scored in the 4th is the difference. Down and away, good backhand and stop by Vigers for ball 1, preventing Parra from advancing. Parra did not have a stolen base in the Reading series, but had 11 of them in the regular season. He runs, the pitch is a ball, throw down to second, it's on target, but it's not in time. It was a good throw by Vigers, but Parra is just that fast. Picks up his first stolen base of the postseason. And he's in scoring position with nobody out at a 2-0 count. McGuire's going to square again. He gets it down in front of the pitcher. And nobody's covering first! Burgos came in. So did Borja. And Morgan Brown was all the way over towards second. So here's Teddy Juba. Had a big 2-run double his last time up. And he takes strike one. Manny Del Carmen warming in the Blue Sox bullpen. This is grounded to the right side. Brown has it to Curley for one. On to first. It's a low throw. The run scores. McGuire is retired 4-6. And it is 5-0. And that'll bring up David Lightbody. Good throw, should have gotten him, though. Ball one to Lightbody, who's 1 for 2 with a single and a walk. Strike one. Lightbody with an excuse me swing into the first base bleachers for strike two. 1 out, runner at first, 1 run home. 5-0 our score in Game 1 of the Intercity League Semifinals. Game 2 Friday night over at Maplewood. And Lightbody comes up empty for strike three. That'll be Borja's 4th strikeout. 9 strikeouts altogether for Blue Sox pitching tonight. And here's Bobby Barrett. 1 for 3 with an RBI single. He takes ball one. In the bottom of the 7th, the Blue Sox are going to have to match their biggest run of the season to keep the game alive. They'll have the bottom third of the order due up Graham, Brown, and Vigers. This is popped up. And Brown makes the catch for out number 3. So we go to the top of the bottom of the 7th. Blue Sox need 5 to tie, 6 to win. Alibrandis 5, Blue Sox nothing. This is Blue Sox baseball on LSP. Want LSP to tape or broadcast your team's games? Rates start just $100 per game. Also ask LSP about streaming your next gaming tournament, wedding, concert, recital, school play, meeting, or other event. Visit localsportsproductions.com/services or email sam@localsportsproductions.com for more information. Bottom of the 7th, Game 1 of the 2018 Intercity League Semifinals. The defending Yawkey League champion Alibrandis and the defending Intercity League champion Blue Sox. Alibrandis up 5-0, and here's Lamar Ray's first pitch to Dan Graham. It's outside for ball one. Graham is 0 for 1 with a walk. Comes up empty for strike one. Was Anthony Del Preti breezing through the first 4 innings. Swing and a miss. Graham really wants a home run, doesn't he? But he ain't getting it on those swings. It's 1-2. And Lamar Ray for the last 2. As this is into left field, back goes Moquette to the wall, and he can't get it. It's off the base of the wall. Graham goes into second with a leadoff double. So that'll bring up Morgan Brown. Not a sacrifice situation, you would think, down 5. And Brown's been handling the bat well this year. Singled his first time up, pinch hitting for Thomas Russo. Back in the 5th. And Brown comes up empty for strike one. Same kind of attitude that Graham had on his couple of swings that he came up empty on. Trying to get on the board with one swing of the bat, but can't think that way right now. You're down 5. 0-2. Everybody hits. That's the everybody get your helmets on. Everybody hits. That's the attitude you got to have. That's blocked. Zuba cocks the fires to second, but Graham scampers back. There's nobody on the bag either. So it's 1-2 to Brown. One in the 4th, 3 in the 5th, and 1 in the 7th. That's the scoring for the Alibrandis thus far. Swing and a miss, a good slider down and away, and Brown is retired for the first out of the bottom of the 7th. That'll bring up Jeff Vigers, struck out swinging his first time up. Ray picks up his 4th strikeout. 10 strikeouts by Alibrandis pitching compared to the 9 for the Blue Sox pitchers. That's fouled off for strike one. Vigers did not play against the Alibrandis this year. Outside 1-1. Anthony Del Preti threw 43 pitches in his 4 innings of work. Lamar Ray, as he misses down low, threw 47 pitches. 1 second. Threw, 47 pitches in his first 2 innings. And now here he is at 2-1 to Vigers. And he hits this one into right field. Back goes Parra to the wall. And it is off the wall. Graham had to hold up. Now he's being rushed, and now he will hold at third. So Graham only advances 1 base on a double. Ball went off of Parra's glove. No wonder he had to hold up. So second and third. And that'll bring up Dom Zaire, getting his first plate appearance after pinch running for Dorian Rojas. And he hits this one into center field. That's going to get down for a base hit. Vigers didn't get a good read on it, so he holds it third. And it's 5-1. Well, the way Ray's got to figure it right now is he's just a double play ball away from ending this one because there's a runner at first. Strike one to Ross. Ross, in his first game back after missing the last 8 of the regular season, is 0 for 3 and hasn't hit the ball out of the infield. He skies this one into right center. Parra coming over. He makes the catch. Tagging from third is Vigers. He will score standing up. It's a sacrifice fly for Roscoe, and the score is now 5-2, but the Blue Sox are down to their final out of game 1. Here's Taylor Ferguson. 0 for 3, fly out to left, ground out to short, pop up to second. If you ask him, he should be 1 for 3 and not 0 for 3. And he grounds this one past Ray. It'll be fielded by the shortstop, Adessa. He steps on second, and that is the ball game. So, in a game that took 2 hours and 7 minutes, the winning pitcher is Anthony Del Prete. He is 1-0. The losing pitcher is Alcis Herrera. He is 0-1. No save. The final totals for the Lexington Blue Sox: 2 runs, 6 hits, 1 error, and 7 left. And for the Alibrandis, 5 runs, 10 hits, 1 error, and 6 left. With the win, the Alibrandis take a 1-0 lead in this best-of-5 Intercity League semifinals, with Game 2 coming up Friday night over at Maplewood at Malden Catholic. Our players of the game are, Teddy Zuba, 2 for 4 with 3 RBIs, including a double and a run scored. And Anthony Del Prete, 4 masterful innings for the win. 4 quick innings for the win at that. Well, the Blue Sox have been here before. They've been down before. They've been knocked down, you know. The question is, will they get back up? They certainly got back up during the regular season, and they got back up 2 years ago when they fell behind in the first game of 2 playoff series. You know, they've got the track record. Now, will they have the execution? So with that said, this has been a presentation of the Lexington Blue Sox in association with Local Sports Productions, serving Greater Boston student-athletes since 2011. Copyright 2018, unauthorized redistribution of any portion of this broadcast without the express written permission of the Lexington Blue Sox or Local Sports Productions is strictly prohibited. LSP's next broadcast is Friday night at 7:55 p.m. when the Blue Sox visit the Alibrandis at Malden Catholic for Game 2 of the 2018 Intercity League semifinals. Watch the game live at localsportsproductions.com/live, then stream the game the next next day at localsportsproductions.com/on-demand or on the LSP YouTube channel, or buy a DVD of the game at the LSP store. And be sure to follow LSP on the web, localsportsproductions.com, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Patreon LSP37, Snapchat LSP Media, and subscribe to the LSP YouTube channel. Once again, the final score from center field at Lexington High School in Lexington, Mass. It is the Alibrandis 5 and the Lexington Blue Sox 2. My name is Sam Feely, reminding you freelance isn't free. Thanks for tuning in.